Don't plan anything, but just tell me what's radical honesty for you.
Well, radical honesty is a weird, like funny, strange, interesting thing that I came along in last year, about 1 year and a half ago, and I was just going about my life, acting out acting out in the ways I thought I was that's normal, going about my life as a normal person, and then I had one spontaneous Tinder date with a person who, I suddenly found myself sitting across the table from someone who, what do I say? Um, how many details should I leave in and omit? Feel my heart beating. And I imagine Thomas looking at me right now would love it. Yeah, I. So I imagine like radical honesty is just this thing that came into my world and like shook up my life, and I became addicted to it, and I judge it to be sticky, and I want to share it with everybody. So I'm making this video to share it with you and to tell you what it is in my own words. And yeah, going back to this Tinder date, Valentine's Day 2018, I found myself sitting on a boat, a cafe boat, and sitting across from this strange, interesting man, and he started telling me about something called radical honesty, and he said, yeah, for like I went on this workshop, and all these people there and we fell in love with each other by the end of it, and he kind of I was intrigued, I was curious, and he tried to give me an example of what is radical honesty. So he told me he's attracted to me in this moment based on how because he imagines I don't remember now what he said. Shit. Yeah, because he judges me to be pretty or have nice dimples and a nice shirt or something like this. And yeah, I remember feeling. I imagine in that moment I felt alive in my body, and I had a physical reaction probably to what he was saying, and my heart was probably beating faster, and I felt excited that he had reported to me what he had noticed in that moment about our date and us. And yes, that was my beginning with radical honesty. Something at that time in my whole body said yes to this. Said, I don't know what this is. I have no idea what this crazy person is talking about, but I want to embrace it. And so I've been diving into radical honesty and exploring it, and I've found over the last year and a half, I've found that radical honesty is many different things, and um, in a practical, no, let's not. Let's go with the other things first.
What is it for you?
Yeah, what is it for me? Some deep things came to my mind. Some deep stories about what radical honesty is, and I want to share those. Well, first of all, um, one of the most recent strong feelings I had about radical honesty was after my workshop here in Linz, in my hometown, or my hometown. It's not my hometown, but it feels like my hometown. Um, After this workshop, I remember the Sunday afternoon that it ended, and I remember feeling warmth in my cheeks and like redness in my face, like as if I had just gone on a run, or my body was sweaty, and so that from all I imagine there was adrenaline running through my body this weekend, and yeah, um, I had an easy smile on my face, and so after this weekend, to me, I realized radical honesty is the equivalent to having great sex. Like, how I felt after the workshop was basically the equivalent of having amazing sex, and how you feel afterwards. You feel awakened and alive and maybe refreshed and sweaty and messy and smelly, but yeah, enjoying this feeling of aliveness. And some other things that come to mind about what radical honesty is. When I'm practicing radical honesty with my friends, I feel like we're opening up new spaces. Like we're creating like new spaces of life to explore together that weren't there before. It feels like we're really just like discovering, like discoverers. Yeah, finding new parts of life to uncover and explore. And at the same time, discovering what it means to be human, like to really not shy away from anything, not reject anything or limit ourselves from any experience, but allow every experience to be there. And in this way, for me, radical honesty is a way of being which is in harmony with what is, which is in harmony with whatever is happening right now in this moment. And so, practically speaking, that comes down to some basic things that we do in radical honesty. So, one of those things is we practice the distinction between noticing and imagining. And being grounded in this practice of noticing, I can notice what happens outside of me, I can notice what happens inside of me in my body, and I can notice what happens in this world and here, my imagination and my mind, all my stories. I can notice what's happening up there. So yeah, I think it's a lot about awareness. It's like a meditation where we're actually not just sitting in silence, but living, breathing, talking, expressing, sharing as we're sort of in this meditative state of noticing what's going on. And then there's this connecting that comes with that, with yeah, instead of just, I don't know, maybe if I was in meditation alone, sitting in silent meditation, I would notice all the things happening outside of me. I would notice the cars passing by and the birds. I would notice the tight feeling in my stomach or the tension in my back. Or I would notice the thoughts that come into my mind, and I would try to let them go, or I would just be aware of them. But with radical honesty, it's kind of taking this meditative practice and putting it outside of you or me, and therefore it comes with an incredible potential to connect to human beings um, by just coming clean with each other, by just being honest with each other about what we've done, um, what we feel, what we currently think, and what we currently feel, and yeah, letting go, dropping any masks, dropping any like ideas of how we try to show ourselves to people, dropping the shoulds, dropping the dropping all the ways that we hide ourselves from other people. And by doing this, by creating this new space where we're allowed and encouraged to be really ourselves with each other, I believe there's like a huge possibility for love and connection and so many more beautiful things to unfold and to come out of that. And for me, radical honesty is not like, it's not always perfect. It's not like a easy, quick way to make your life happy and everything amazing all the time. I do believe that it is one of the like, it is a method to achieving more happiness than maybe you've allowed yourself to experience before. But I also know it's about everything, and it's also about the messy, angry, dirty, uncomfortable aspects of ourselves, and allowing those to be there too, and then like relaxing into the feeling of having just let yourself express those things, let yourself feel those things, and in such a beautiful way to do that with other people. Yeah, I imagine this can be very healing. So that's radical honesty to me. I want to be a radical honesty astronaut, exploring the universe and like sharing it with everybody, planting little seeds. And yeah, I hope that we can do Radical Honesty together. So thanks for listening to my introduction.